Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video on income tax. Today we are going to discuss the incentives that are available for eligible startup under 81 AC of Income Tax Act 1961 and its changes on account of annual budget 2020. So make sure that you watch the entire video for taking out the maximum benefits. So let's begin. The incentives that are available for eligible startups are already there in the existing provisions of Income Tax Act 1961. So today's objective is to understand what exactly are the tax incentives that are available for eligible startup. Then what are the changes in 80 IAC on account of annual budget 2020. Thereafter to understand the definition of eligible startup and to understand how to give application for taking out the benefit under 80 IAC. So these all are today's objectives. So let's start. Starting with income tax incentive under 80 IAC. It says if you are an eligible startup and you are doing an eligible business, then what is your benefit? Your benefit is you can claim 100% of your profits from eligible business for any 3 consecutive years out of 7 years beginning from the year in which the eligible startup is incorporated. Simply, for example, say in 2019-20, I have incorporated an eligible startup and providing eligible business. Then what I can do, then from 2019-20, 2021, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24, 24-25. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 25-26. Out of this 7, I can claim what? I can claim a deduction of 100% of my profits from eligible business on any 3 consecutive years. For example, say in 2020 to 23, I've earned profits and I'm started claiming exemption under 80 IAC. Then what I can do? I can again claim 100% exemption in 23-24 and 24-25 as well. So once you have started taking the benefit of 80 IAC, then you have to continuously take the benefit for 3 consecutive years. That's what the Act says. And one more thing, this deduction is only available for your profits from eligible business and not from other heads of income. And from assessment year 21-22, that means annual budget 2020 has made a slight change in this section. What they are saying, from assessment year 21-22 onwards, it will be exemption will be 3 out of 10 years instead of 7 years. So that's the change number 1. And moving forward, now let's understand what all are the conditions to be satisfied by an eligible startup for claiming exemption. So starting number 1 or condition number 1, eligible startup means a company or a limited liability partnership engaged in eligible business. And condition number 2, it should be incorporated on or after 1st April 2016 but before 31st April 2021. That means you have to incorporate your LLP or company which is providing eligible business or eligible activity before 31st March on or before 31st March 2021 for taking out this benefit. Again, your total turnover of business should be less than or equal to 25 crore in the year in which the deduction is claimed. And from assessment year 21-22, there is a change. Your turnover limit has been extended to 100 crores. It simply means in our previous example, we have seen in 22-23, 23-24 and 24-25 were our 3 years of deduction. In these 3 years, we were availing 80 IAC deduction. So the condition which they are saying, in all these 3 years, your turnover should be less than or equal to what? 25 crores for taking out this benefit. That's what the Act says. And from assessment year 2021-22 onwards, they have changed this 25 crore limit to 100 crore. That's what the Act says. That means from 21-22 onwards, the turnover limit has been raised to 100 crores from 25 crores. And that was the third condition. And moving forward, condition number 4, it should hold a certificate of eligible business from the Inter-Ministerial Board of Certification. You should hold a eligible business certificate. How to get the certificate, we will discuss it later. Okay, and again, next condition, it should not be formed by splitting up or reconstruction of a business already in existence. That means if you are planning to form a new business by simply restructuring an existing business, you will not be eligible to take the benefit under 80 IAC. That's what the Act says. And the next condition, out of total value of plant and machinery of eligible business, more than 80% should be either new or should not be used in India. That's what the next condition that the Act says. That simply means from your eligible business, out of your total value of plant and machinery, at least 80% plant and machinery should be either fresh or it should not be used in India for any other purpose. That's what the Act says. Moving forward, now let's understand the meaning of eligible business. Okay, eligible business, the Act says eligible startup engaged in either innovation or development or improvement of products or processes or services or a scalable business model with a high potential of employment generation or wealth creation. And there is a small problem. This eligible business definition is not an exhaustive definition. That means they are simply saying you should be engaged in either innovation or development or improvement of products or processes or services, or you should be a scalable business model with a high potential of employment generation or wealth creation. This is a vague definition. And again, moving forward, how to apply this is very, very, very crucial for startups. Now, these are the steps for taking out the benefit under 80 IAC or for getting a certificate from the Inter-Ministerial Board. So let's understand these steps. Step number 1, that startup shall make an online application either through a mobile app or through the portal set up by DPIIT, that means the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The step number 1, you have to give an application. Step number 2, they are saying along with the application, the following documents shall also be attached. Document number 1, a copy of certificate of incorporation or registration is document number 1. And there should be a write-up. Along with that application, you should provide a write-up about the nature of your business, highlighting how it is working towards innovation, development, or improvement of products, processes, or services, or its scalability in terms of employment generation or wealth creation. That simply means if you think you are an innovative business, then what you have to do? You have to apply to the DPIIT, and along with your application, you have to give a write-up stating that due to these reasons, I can be called as an innovative business. And again, if they approve or if they consider you as an eligible business, they will definitely grant you the exemption under 80 IAC. That's what they're saying. Step number 3, this DPIIT may, after calling for such documents or information and making such inquiries, either recognize the eligible entity as a startup or they will reject your application. That's what the Act says. Either they will recognize you as a startup, and once you're recognized as a startup, then you can start taking the exemption under 80 IAC. That's what the Act says. And if they have rejected your application, then there is no exemption under 80 IAC. You have to pay your taxes according to the normal provisions. Now let's summarize. Starting with, you have to incorporate a company or an LLP, and you should be providing an innovative business. Step number 2, you have to apply to the Inter-Ministerial Board for obtaining certificate of eligible business. This Inter-Ministerial Board is under DPIIT and you have to apply by way of an application. Once they have approved, once you are recognized as an eligible startup, then you can start claiming exemption or deduction under 80 IAC of Income Tax Act 1961. And this is what the IAC is all about. And thank you for watching my video, and see you on next Sunday with yet another important topic on income tax. Take care and bye-bye.